What is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome back to the final match of the weekend. We hope the rocky road today hasn't put you too far, of course, as we have the last match of the weekend and a banger at that. The most important match of the final stage, the winners bracket finals. Regardless, both these players are guaranteed top three, but whoever wins this secures themselves a guaranteed spot in the grand final of Corsace Closed. And today, it's none other between enri and Worst HR player, two players who have both respectively taken down the two favorites to get into the grand finals of this tournament, leading to one of them being eliminated earlier today. And whoever loses this will face Malashevsky in the losers grand finals between enri and Worst HR player. I'm Sad Shiva, and I'm joined by the wonderful Doomsday.
How's it going, Sheba? It's glad to be on, and glad to be on to watch this matchup, which is going to be an absolute classic, I imagine. These two players, they mirror themselves in so many ways. A lot of the skill sets they're both good at mirror each other. They both know each other very well. They've even got the matching avatars. So even though I think it should be flipped, I think it's supposed to be the other way around for the actual BG, but close enough. Yeah. And these two are in such crazy form right now. This is going to be something else, I think.
I'm expecting this to be absolutely incredible. As I mentioned before, both of these players both respectively took down the top two players I think the majority of people were expecting to be in these winners side finals here. enri taking down Malashevsky in a very hard fought battle last week, and Worst HR player equally a very tough, well-fought battle against Emrek earlier on, I think the week before that in the quarterfinals, sending him down to the losers bracket early in a fantastic tiebreaker performance and an FC on one of the most iconic maps ever. So it's absolutely incredible, the journey that both these players have had. And Worst HR player especially has been absolutely ridiculous, setting crazy records. And enri's form generally against no matter who he plays has just been phenomenal. Both of these guys have shown ridiculous prowess that, although we expected these guys to do really well, outshining players like Malashevsky and Emrek is something that, although we may have been hopeful for some, not the majority expected, which always is very exciting to see. We love the norm being shattered. We love expectations being broken. And these two guys in the grand finals, both homies and rivals. What better way to do it like this matchup here? I mean, yeah, looking at the main strengths, you're looking at these two teams here, both of them very strong on hidden, both of them very strong on gimmick, both of them very strong on tech and aim control. I think the differences that we're looking for here, Doomsday, are the tapping mechanics for enri and the super heavy gimmick for Worst HR player, and those two bans easily symbolize that.
Yeah, that telegraphs a lot. Of course, Worst Hard player would not want to go anywhere near the tapping against enri. Sure, Forum has done crazy things on speed maps in this tournament so far, but a lot of these speed maps now, you can't really cheese them. I think, if anything, Oh the Flood is double tappable with its low spacing, but it's so crazy on like super high speed. I just don't think he trusts that 1v1. enri could probably shred that one. And the Nomad 6, enri doesn't, he likes his Nomad 6, he likes his low AR gimmick, but against Forum, I don't blame him wanting to avoid that head-to-head.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that either. I think what's going to be more exciting here is going to be that pick stage, probably after the second ban phase. I think for the first ban phase, it's going to be pretty clear what both these guys want to lean into. I think although enri is definitely powerful on gimmick, if it was against any other player, this could be a good map for him to go for. But when you're against a Worst HR player, somebody who's so absurdly explosive on maps like the Nomad 6 that we have here, it's safe to say that he's not going to be messing with that. And instead, we'll lean into the Nomad 5 as his first pick, one of the very heavy mechanics maps here. A breakable remix of the guitar solo from Freebird. That is the full length name of the song, and this is just some ridiculous raw mechanics here. 250 BPM.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of speed. It's a Silver Boxer classic. It's the sort of maps the Silver Boxer was known for mapping in his early mapping days. He branches out a bit more now, but you've always known him for mapping speedy, crazy breakcore on extremely hard maps. And this one's pretty extreme even for Silver Boxer, with it, so high SR, and it's so fast. A lot of the streams in this are fairly spaced as well, so it is going to counter Forum's special double tap tactics, I suppose, because he's going to have to manage some of the speed properly against enri, you'd think.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. getting into the No Mod 5 now. First pick here for enri. One of those maps I think we expect enri to lean into immediately, making the most of that mechanic strength that he has over Worst HR player. And unfortunately for a map like this, it's not as cheesable here for Forum. Although we've seen Forum make some great strides in his improvement in the tap mechanics, this one might still be one of those maps where he might not be able to benefit too majorly, especially towards the long term, where the stamina will start to take a much bigger hit here. enri, unfortunately, was the start, not doing too well, slipping up a little bit on these sections, and West HR player able to capitalize despite struggling a lot on this accuracy. So combo advantage still remains in West HR player, but finally that drop goes down, and enri still has that combo advantage back in his favor. 200 now ahead in this first quarter.
enri should have the combo chops to have a nice combo on this, and with Forum's accuracy being most likely going to be really far down, it's going to be a tough one. Forum is going to have to combo game with this like nothing else, I think, against enri, because enri is consistent on the combo as well as the aim on these picks in the tournament so far.
Yeah, agreed. Looking at these long burst sections here, you see West HR player consistently struggling here on this accuracy. That comfort really isn't on side. He's banking on enri to slip off on the aim or the combo game to give him a bit of a leeway, but it's not happening right now for enri. West HR player drops once again, and enri is not backing down, hitting all of these techie sections on top of the speed, and 97 AC as well, looking beautiful for a map like this. It's non-stop, unrelenting difficulty, and enri just does not care. That earlier miss seems to mean nothing to him, as right now he's holding on to the entirety here, hits that big long stream section despite the act drop, and does hit that 1000 combo mark beautifully here. West HR player simply cannot keep up.
Now this is an absolute clinic from enri right now. Now 97.5 on this is crazy, but it's the combo. This guy is so consistent, even on something this high SR. It's extreme even for tournament level, and enri is making it look like it's nothing special right now. He finally gets the break, but that's already an incredible score.
Yeah, that score is ridiculous there from enri, hitting all those flow sections as well. What else could you ask from the guy here, man? You've got that aim, you've got that tech, you've got the burst, you've got the raw stamina speed in there. Like, this has everything a mechanics player has to perform on, and enri just passed the test with flying colors. 500k on this, absolutely no slouch. Great score coming from enri at the start itself. 1000 combo, looking beautiful. West HR player, unfortunately, despite having a few early signs of prospect, later on just couldn't keep it up with the speed and the stamina, just hitting him a bit too hard, and that miscount and that accuracy from enri is just crazy.
5 miss on that is insane. What a play from enri to kick this one off. And yeah, a great pick. It was a step too far for Forum to try and make another miracle on speed happen. We're at such a high level now. It's at the point where he's going to have a hard time stealing speed picks. And I think that one was one of the least likely ones for him to steal. I think some of the others coming up that may possibly appear could actually be a better shout for that. But No Mod 5 was enri through and through, and that's how it worked out.
Yeah, this early stage is where enri really wants to benefit from as many tower mechanics picks as possible. You know, you're looking at that DT3, you're looking at that DT1 possibly as well. You're really relying on as much mechanics abuse as you can. Maybe not DT1, actually, I take that back. It's way more aim heavy than I remembered. So maybe not that one. Maybe that's actually a forum pick, but Tweaker is definitely going to be in enri's next pick, I could imagine. I don't think there's going to be a doubt on that, but Super Luminal is going to be the first entry picker for West HR player. Hard Rock 2, this is your precision flow aim.
Banger alert, love this tune. Classic rhythm game tune. And a very solid Lucent map. Yep, precision, streams all day, every day. It's not very long. And enri has done damage on these small CS maps in this tournament so far. But we are in worst Hard Rock player territory with these Hard Rock picks. He has shredded them so far this tournament. Opening up with it, a fairly contested pick, is brave. But I can see why he wants to go into this early on, especially on precision, where you may need a bit to bed in on it. Getting this over early, if he's ready, could be a good way to take a contested map out of this matchup for enri.
Yeah, I think despite enri being such a well-rounded player, I think it's quite known that may not be a super major weakness, but one of his least prominent strengths is that hard rock. And against a player like Worst HR player, it's definitely, ironically with his name, something that you have to be afraid of still. But this does have a high flowing factor, and enri is a very powerful flowing player. Don't let that be taken away from you. Unfortunately, though, past his intersection, despite being really difficult, enri is going to be the first to fall. Worst HR player still holding onto the combo. The flowing on this is absolutely ridiculous. You can already see it here. You've got those long sliders that you have to keep track of, and that really spaced flow aim section where you just can't let go. You can't step up just a tiny bit. This is CS 6.5, ladies and gentlemen. At this flow, at that spacing, you have to have such perfection in your aim. And where's the Char player is displaying absolute beauty in this so far. Enri is not able to hold on and able to keep track of these sections. It's just worse a Char player.
A big chain miss from Enri took a lot of his AC out. His AC was comparable, but the chain misses did hurt him. Nothing dropped though from Forum, and we're approaching the slightly less spaced bit now, more free. Not really free, but great spot for Forum right now.
Yeah, where's the Chopper just hitting this entire section there? That whole intro part just immaculate there from him. Now he's got a lot more room to get that free combo, so even if Enri somehow manages to pull something miraculous here, it's not, I doubt it's even going to be enough. That accurate advantage alongside that ridiculous free combo that you're getting right here. Where's the Char player is going to soon eclipse that 1,000 combo mark. And there's just nothing Enri can do. He's managed to build some free combo here, but so is Forum, and it's just looking more and more dire the longer this map runs for. Where's the Char player finally eclipses that 1,000 combo mark. If he full combos this map, Doomsday, I'm going to be at a loss for words here. Enri drops on that stream, so it's safe to say this is done deal. But can Where's the Char player close this out?
Yeah, no pressure at all from Enri. Again, no FC. No FC. Job's done though, and then some. He's like doubling the score from Enri. It's another precision masterclass from Forum and a great pick in the end. And yeah, Enri struggling a little bit on this flow aim, dropped a bunch of misses. The Forum taking full advantage right now.
Oh, he hits that big stream at the end as well. 750k for Forum. He might even be able to eclipse that 800k if he holds on just a little bit longer, but it's just it's a little free for now. This act looks good. It's slowly climbing up to 760, 770, but I think as we get to the very end, through the bus slide to say it's not going to be enough, but still a fantastic score here from Forum. That is beautiful. Perfect execution on the start. Beautiful control of your nerves past that free combo section, despite missing towards the end. Thankfully, unfortunately for Enri, he wasn't able to capitalize off of any disadvantage, so that will be a clean win there for Worst HR player.
All right, so when is Worst Hard Rock player going to like name change? Because at this point, it's like beyond a joke.
Yeah.
that name. He is so good at Hard Rock.
It's too iconic, man. It's too iconic, Dooms. Like,
true.
It's such a staple of who he is in his identity as a player. But I mean, it's painfully ironic at this point. Like, people, I can imagine he set his name to Worst HR player at one point as a genuine reason because he probably wasn't too comfortable on Hard Rock. But now that he's literally one of the best players in the whole damn world in the tournament scene, like, it's seeing his absurd performances both now and in the past. It's quite comical, really. But
he's just got it there as a reminder of where he's been and how he's conquered his demons, I suppose.
Crazy thing is that he can't even name himself worst DT player because he's actually improved a lot on DT. He can't. He's not worst anything. But yeah, let's move on from the funny meme of Forum's name, and let's get into the next pick here, Tweaker. We mentioned this before, Doomsday. I think this was a very obvious pick here for Enri.
Yeah, straight into more tapping. I mean, it worked so well on that Silver Boxer map earlier. Go into some more here. Classic double time speed pick, this from Ticklick. All streams, all the time. It's pure stamina. And stamina at, 247 BPM, which, I mean, I'll call that speed personally. But that's the level we're working with here, Shiba. It's fairly low spacing. This is double tappable if Forum wants to break out the special tactics. But again, Enri should be able to be dangerous on this one in all facets.
Yeah, I don't doubt Enri's possibilities on this one. This is just under 250 BPM. It is 247.5. So very close to 250 BPM. And this map not only has that ridiculous stamina requirement, but finger control in it applied in it as well. You've got a few sections, I believe, past the first KI and towards the ending, where you've got those big bursts where, long burst into short burst into long burst into short burst. It repeats itself quite a bit. And for a player like Enri, being able to capitalize off that with not only good stamina, but good finger control and good speed experience generally is going to be really good for him. I think Forum, past the first half of the map, potentially able to cheese a little bit, but towards the ending, I'm not sure if it's going to be as possible here. There's a lot more finger control in this, but safe to say that he's more comfortable on this than the Flood, as that TT2 was banned. So there's still a little bit of room, and as this intro section comes through, Wesley Childplay's accuracy is looking really nice.
It's symphony at the moment. 98.6 is solid. The Forum out-acking though, but the harder streams are to come. Soon it's a pretty intense section with bursts into bursts, and that will be the true test for a worst hard rock player. But at the moment, he's passing.
Both are so good here. This aim section might get a little bit difficult. That long stream comes through. Finally, a drop there from West HR player. Enri, he's got to hold on just a little bit because then that advantage is 100% solidified as long as he can hold on to this. But this is one of the hardest parts of the map. You can see it. Constant bursts and control needed here. Cuts non-stop here. And Enri just continues to hold, drops a few 100s, but hits the entirety. A few shakes there from him, but accuracy maintained alongside the combo. As this guitar solo starts to come through, the break is about to be shown, and Enri knows exactly where he's at. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, Enri's tapping is just something else. He made that look so easy. He dropped a few 100s, but managed to get through it just by the end. There's another hard section like that coming up near the end. But at this point, the point's his. It's how far he can take this play, though.
How far can he go? Final quarter of the map coming through. Final TI here. You've got a few long stamina, difficult linear aim sections to come through as well. It's going to be that fame control towards the ending, which really will be the test here for Enri. Here we go. Can Enri close this out with an FC here on Tweaker? The control ramps up just a little bit more. The aim as well amplified. You see a few more split bursts rather than the longer ones. And Enri's flowing is starting to get a little bit of a test here. Drops a 50. The accuracy is still beautiful. Forum is hitting it as well, but Enri finally drops towards the end. No full combo for him, but still a beautiful score, maintaining it almost throughout the very end.
That's a ridiculous score from Enri. Another crazy score on the speed. He's well set and avoiding any disasters here because Forum, he's done stuff on this stuff, but Enri avoiding any chance of that with two amazing speed plays for his first two picks.
Yeah, you got to respect Forum a little bit, Doomsday, because on that very end in control section, you saw him hit quite a bit of it until the stamina started to hit with the longer streams. But yeah, this is all Enri here. Fantastic stuff. Full comboing towards the entirety of the map just until the very end where the stream started to hit a peak in flow as well as Enri's stamina, which led to that 17 miss. Don't know how to deceive you. It was practically a full combo towards the end of the map. And yeah, very domineering start here for Enri. West HR player's turn to pick next. Super Luminal was a very dominant one there for West HR player. Is he going to lean more into that hard rock? You've still got 3 open, none were banned. Or is he going to go into something else? Hidden 2 is also available.
Yeah, he's got plenty to work with. Player tech available. Enri's tech, though, is also scary. And he actually beat some of Forum's scores previously on the maps they both played. So that is very contested in this matchup. And I think when they're going to start digging into that, it's a Nomad 3. Vermilion Nightmare picked by Forum, so it is going to be the head-to-head on something more control-focused.
Oh, this is an exciting pick here from West HR player. Yeah. Vermilion Nightmare mapped by Yaspo. If you know Yaspo, he's absolutely amazing at making these ridiculously difficult flowing maps with a little hint of awkwardness on top of it. It's just insane how strong both these players can be. I think both of these guys are famous for their aim control ability. You know, they're both great at tech, they're both great at hidden, but if there is one skill set that both Enri and West HR player are absolutely famous for, it is control. And this map absolutely has all of it. All over the place. This is supposed to be, initially, ladies and gentlemen, a map used for the grand finals, but knowing our Corsace map poolers, they are so unhinged that they found a map harder than this, and so they decided, screw it, let's put it in our finals pool. So yeah, one of the hardest maps in the pool for sure, and both of these guys struggling a little bit towards this intro section, but there's going to be more to come for sure.
This map is just ridiculous. I think we've already seen a break from both players, right? But this map is so relentless, just endless streams of notes with crazy aim shapes all the way through. It just does not stop. These patterns are disgusting, and it just does not stop with them.
It just doesn't. It doesn't, does it? It's consistently difficult. You've got those cut flow aim sections alongside those cut doubles as well. Both players starting to recover after those early drops, still looking good. Break is shown. Both players know what's going on. Enri holds on to about nearly a 2% lead in his favor, but the combo game is very even. Forum takes a lead by about 40-50 combo. But this is very, very close still anybody's game. Any miss could be detrimental here. We're going into the final third of the map, and this little slow section is going to be building up a good amount of combo, but it's not going to be in anyone's favor, really. It's going to be that final Ki section. The first one to drop might just spell the end, but there is a chance, Doomsday, for chain misses as well. It's possible. Are we going to see that come through here? And the difficulty is going to start to ramp up just a little bit more now. Who's going to drop?
Back into the spiciness. And I was going to say both these plays are already so crazy. Enri It's Enri that gets the first drop.
First miss goes down there for enri. Is it going to get traded by Worst HR player? Starting to close in, and the advantage is starting to get a little bit too insurmountable here as it starts to gain and gain. Worst HR player is still holding on to everything. Oh my lord, this early miss on the intro session means nothing to him. Look at him still holding on. Those cut triples are hit from everything here. Enri's checking. It's too hard for Enri, but Forum doesn't care. Absolutely beautiful. A work of art this man's plays are, Doomsday. You see this and you just admire it. You're like, wow, that really is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. 4 misses on a map like this. When it spikes to its absolute peak, forget the intro section, forget that being really hard. This ending part gets even harder, and once the sharp light just hits the whole thing. What do you do against that? Like, really? Wow.
God, just to think as well, those misses were all like right at the start. The dude hit all the hard parts. This guy's on another level when it comes to this sort of map. It's just crazy. Here come the bans. Second round of bans, and that was a quick Longinus ban from Forum, the stream map. Not surprised about that one.
Yeah, unsurprising. 200 BPM. 200 and what is it? 212 BPM here along Longinus, but quite stamina intensive, and it is the last tapping map that West HR player can get rid of, so that's going to be pretty fair for him to get rid of here. Furiosa Melodia banned here from enri. Hard Rock 1 definitely not wanting to deal with that Hard Rock aim consistency from West HR player, which makes sense despite us Doomsday not being able to cast Furiosa Melodia. Sadly,
No.
Gutted. Oh well. One day.
One day.
But, yeah, enri's turn to pick now. We don't have any more of those, guaranteed tapping heavy picks that enri can lean into now. It's up to what he thinks he can just barely squeeze out against West HR player, and it will be No Mod 1 to be his choice.
Well, No Mod 1 alert. Sozo, no idea. Big jumps all the time. Do you like aiming your cursor at big space notes? Well, this one has you covered because it has a lot of them, and that's pretty much the whole map. The SR on this is very high. It's 8.7 star aim. So we are getting into rather silly territory here for tournaments here with this aim pick.
Yeah, fun fact, I believe that actually is the highest star rating of the entire pool here. Higher than our tiebreaker and higher than any of our double time maps.
That's crazy.
Just funny. Yeah, that's how you know this has ridiculous skill ceilings here. I still see a lot of potential here for both of these players. I think What's a Char player is very clearly a very powerful aim player. We saw it in his solo pop-off especially. In tournament, we've obviously seen it around, but in solo was where his aim potential was far and away the most prevalent. And we saw him get some crazy PP plays with his aim ability. So I doubt I'm going to be seeing a not so impressive score from Forum. I think he's definitely going to perform well here. But if enri picks this, it's clear that he's a comfortable player and might just be able to excel on this. We'll have to see. This is, after this little section here, the map, for the most part, is unrelenting.
I haven't seen much No Mod 1 from worst Hard Rock player this tournament, really, outside of the qualifiers, so he hasn't really liked going into it. He's already, he double banned it in his last 2 matches, so it's not his most comfortable pick, this, but he has been good on the aim picks in other mod categories, so he should be competitive.
Yeah, I think this map also has a little bit of a hint of tapping in there as well. A few bursts here and there, a few 1/3 sections as well, which might trip up Worst HR player if he isn't as prepared. I think his tapping style as well might be an issue in that regard. When he's forced to jump so much and suddenly into those bursts, it might be something that he's not so comfortable on. But passes a little jump into a section, enri hits it with flying colors. 1 drop from Worst HR player giving him that 300 combo disadvantage, but that seems to be it so far. A small accuracy advantage, nothing too crazy past this intro.
So far so good here for enri, just taking this one home, but it is such a long map. It's tiebreaker length, so we are not even into the main course of this one yet. Nice recovery from Forum. He's got his aim in order, but he's gonna have to hold on for a lot more to make something happen here. And we are hitting the hard part now. There goes enri though.
Yeah, one little spike there coming through just before the Ki is a big deal there for West HR player. 1 spike is down, and West HR player hits that, thankfully, so he's going to be able to keep on holding on and build up that combo lead that he's got. I can't actually see the difference in score advantages, unfortunately, so I don't actually know who's winning too much. I see enri on the top here with about 20,000 score ahead, but combo game is leaning in favor of West HR players, so the flip isn't solidified just yet, but it will start closing in soon. If enri drops once again, then we may see something different here. But here we go. First major spike here to come through. West HR player has got to hold on, but he doesn't. He's going to go down, and enri still holds on to his combo advantage. 99.27 accuracy as well, really helping him out here to gain and mitigate any losses in combo. And enri hits that entire section, seems like, and it's looking beautiful here so far. It's still going, but that combo game is really helping him out after that drop.
Yeah, he's back in the driver's seat now. His accuracy shows how comfortable he is here. Forum having to hold on a little bit more with the combo game, but he's not winning that one at the moment. Halfway now, there is still time. He's not miles away, Forum, but the comfort lead is definitely on the side of enri. He looks far more comfortable here.
Yeah, definitely. Getting into the guitar solo section now. That drop from enri there is still prevalent. West HR player has about 40,000 score that he has to gauge, but this guitar solo section is going to get brutal, and the jumps are going to hit a peak very, very soon. Big stream section there. A lot of 100s drop there from West HR player, but still holds on to the combo. Thankfully there, accuracy not too big of a difference. 1/3 stream there, still hit. And these streams are getting really dirty with these control bits as well, with those doubles here. Big streams have come through, big jumps. No player is dropping here, and the jumps start to ramp up once again. This is starting to get really intense now. Forum's eclipsing that very, very soon. 20,000, every jumps once again. It's starting to get really dangerous now, but Forum drops just afterwards, and that trade is absolutely paramount there for enri. All he's got to do now is keep up for the final quarter, and the map is his.
Yeah, those massive jump spikes are catching out Forum consistently. He hasn't been able to get through them, but enri has got through a bunch of those. It might just save him, but with this score advantage being so precarious going into the final chorus, and that small combo lead from Forum, this is still anyone's game at this point. That solo really did save Forum. He held that through that one excellently.
Here we go. One more spike to come through. Can Forum bring out a beautiful comeback? Only 10,000 score dividing them now. It's starting to close in by just a tiny bit. Accuracy, dead even. Just a tiny combo game lead. And enri hits a slider break. And it's up to Forum to cross it now. The boiler is so close to coming through. Big jumps. Forum hits it. Another drop there from enri. And it's starting to flicker now. But enri finally drops again. And not finally, bro. He's dropped quite a few times in the section. The choke is real. Forum is now able to build and bring this ahead now to his favor. As long as he doesn't fall apart, and as long as enri doesn't capitalize, the map, the breakpoint will be his here. He's hitting the spikes of the map, Doomsday, and Forum can't let go. He's hitting all of these jumps and hitting, I can't even say anything else. Look at him. He's just excelling. He's beautifully hitting every single ending section like it's nothing. And enri, tragically towards the end, just couldn't bring any combo to defend. He had no weapons to fight back with. Forum just on an unrelenting charge towards the end, ends up getting a perfect breakpoint for him.
That's a brilliant recovery from worst hard rock player. Like the extreme aim in that was catching him out, but he managed to get it together by the end, and that was a crazy run through the ending from Forum. When enri found the chokes, that's a huge steal. He was behind for so much of that. Great mental fortitude to keep himself in that game for so long.
Yeah, I mean, enri went from holding on to such giant combo consistently towards the map to just choking and missing relentlessly towards the end. It just felt like he couldn't come up with anything towards the ending. The mental started to hit him a little bit. I don't know. But as it started to dawn here, West HR player capitalized. You don't give West HR player an inch. He'll take a mile from you, and he did so just there on that normal 1 breakpoint. And now's his chance to double up on that and go for another victory. And he's going to be continuing to build off of that Hard Rock 3 fare from enri. Hard Rock 3 is going to be picked next.
It's the original tune for Corsace Closed, the first custom. An absolute banger by Kara. Thank you very much. Tech, for sure. Slider tech in the Hard Rock pool. A fairly standard slider tech sort of style in this one. But of course, you chuck it on Hard Rock, you get those smaller circles, you get the higher AR and OD, just adding insult to injury to the already really hard slider tech on Nomad. It's a Forum map through and through, but enri shreds these too. More on Nomad though. I wonder how he does on the Hard Rock.
Yeah, this level of high CS there implemented into this tech is really something that gives you a thought that Forum might be able to escalate a little any advantage that he can get with this comfort in his favor. Side attack and control elements still good in favor of Enri, but similar to the Hard Rock 2 that West HL play dominated on, this is going to be an equally difficult test here for Enri. But so far in this intro section here, West HL player does slip up a little bit on that stream. And as we get into the first KI here, slide attack absolutely paramount. You can see it impacted here in this map. Loads of small triples and small doubles past those giant slider sections. You have to really stop and go with your control and pay attention to every single aspect of this map. Every single element in this is absolutely essential to consistently hold on to throughout the entirety. Otherwise, you might lead to a dramatic slip. Thankfully for West HR player, despite dropping on past that little stream section, he is going to hold, but after that recovery, he drops once again. The commentator occurs Doomsday. Enri is still holding on, but he finally drops afterwards. But that combo lead really is helping him out, man. I'm double cursing these guys right now. I'm on nobody's side, chat. Look at this advantage, though, for Enri so far. 40,000 score in his favor, just a little bit of accuracy, a small deficit here, but West HR player cannot build a major combo to contest just yet. Enri does drop, and that's 140 combo in favor of West HR player to try and compete with.
Picking the wiggles, though, and immediately following up his combo on the wiggle. He needed that. This section is probably the hardest part of the whole map. Combo through here would be really special.
Yeah, this wiggle is absolutely ridiculous. Despite Forum dropping on that first part of the wiggles, Enri does trade it afterwards, and Forum does have a small advantage. Forum now has that score lead. Past that section with the accuracy advantage in the combo game now. Hits that slider stream section. Very beautiful stuff here. As that small build-up bit gets to help him out, it starts to ramp up immediately afterwards. And with that drop from Forum, that advantage still there. But Enri doesn't have a lot of combo to build up with here. It's going to have to be the sending section. It has do or die here for Enri.
There's like nothing here. This is a slow bit all the way to the end, I think. And with
Really?
20k.
No.
Yeah.
That's not enough. There's no density on this map.
There might
That's
not
the
be
map
enough.
over it. Yeah. That is it. Whereas a child player manages to capitalize and punish over what was initially a catastrophic start. But he manages to bring it back by about 20,000 score. And Whereas a child player takes the second point in a row for him. Is 4-2 in favor of West HR player. Enri's got to do something here, otherwise it's going to get more and more dire.
Yeah, the one break point consolidated by Forum, and now he's got a bit of daylight between him and his opponent in this tightly contested winners bracket final. Still plenty of time, though. This is a long match, don't forget. Enri with the next pick. He's got to make it work. Still plenty of speed on the board if he wants to go down that route. If he wants to go back down that route, I should say. But let's see.
Yeah, aim was his pick initially there, but is he going to be afraid of that now after West HR player's performance? Or is he going to keep leaning into it? DT1 is still open. You've got the DT4 as well. But considering that doesn't have a lot of speed, it's a lot more control-y with those cut doubles and speed. I don't know if you want to go into that just yet. It is going to be indeed the DT1 here. Sound in motion for Enri.
More classics, man. There's quite a few old school maps in this pool. You love to see it. Sound in motion, galvanized, double time one. Recently ranked, actually. It was loved for a while, but now it's ranked. Cool to see. AR 10.5 old school aim. On extremely high SR, of course. It's 8.5 star this. It's also 261 BPM, and it has that mild awkwardness that you'd expect from an older aim map. But these two have already done well on these sorts of picks in the past in this tournament. I don't think they'll be phased too much by the old school weirdness. We'll see.
Yeah. This map was ranked 19 days ago with, on the solo leaderboards, 0 full combos. However, earlier today, we got the first DT4 combo on this map from Malashevsky. I believe it was against Krilla, right? Yes, yeah. It was against Krilla. So there is a double time FC just in tournament, and that's just the nature of Malashevsky, isn't it? It's just what to expect at this point. But
that's just what he does. That's just crazy, though.
Yeah, getting into this DT1, I think Enri still wants to capitalize off that double time aim, and any tiny aspects of timing mechanics that he has, he wants to abuse as much as he can for him, slipping up just a little bit by this intro section. And this map does not let go at the start, man. It just hits you immediately in the jugular with its difficulty. And these jumps are not only very difficult and very mechanically intensive, but quite awkward as well. It's not super conventional here. You can kind of see it gets wide angle, and it also gets a little bit linear throughout some of its sections. You go from a regular traditional jump pattern into a linear left-right section there. And for Enri, that drop there is going to give Western Child Player a little bit of room, but it's traded once again. Both players can't seem to build up any giant combo, at least not yet.
The linears in this just add so much difficulty on top of the already higher mechanics. Accuracy is bang on. Combo is very much bang on as well for both players. There's really not a lot in it looking at that section. Second half is pretty much the same as well, so I wonder if either of these players will find more of a footing in this one.
Yeah, air strike there from Enri. There's the break. He knows where he's at. He got about 40,000 score in his favor, 30,000 score in his favor, give or take. A small combo lead is going to help him out past his little build-up. But we've still got a third of the map to go, and Forum is not far away. 30,000 score is the only difference here. Accuracy dead even, on combo game just a little bit ahead here in favor of Enri. He's still got a hold, but Forum has a chance to keep up, but he goes down on that burst section. And Enri now needs to just keep this going and push as far as he can before Forum can punish here. We're starting to get close to that final quarter, and the jumps will start to ramp up even more with a little bit of added ping control on top of that. You can see these bursts applied as well. Enri still holding on. This is one of his bread and butter maps. You can see it already, but he drops just afterwards. And Western Child Player has 200 combo to build with. He's got about 100,000 score that he can try and build towards his final quarter, but it has to be now. It has to be for the rest of the map, and maybe even with another drop from Enri.
I think he needs another break from Enri. It's a valiant effort, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Pretty close though, honestly. I thought this would be far more one-sided for Enri, you know, on this extremely high AR. But West Hornet Player challenging him on this. It's not going to be enough though.
Sadly not, no. He does go down, unfortunately, drops just afterwards, and Enri, despite managing to trade that break, it doesn't really matter for him. Score advantage still massively in his favor, and he does get that win on the DT1. So no giant lead for Forum, able to escalate, not able to get into anything more disastrous. As these points start to thin down a little bit, it starts to get a little bit more uncertain. You know, Enri, I think, is a little bit more disadvantaged in this, as that hard rock pull is entirely in Western Child Player's hands, which is a little bit different. Double time isn't all tapping, so Enri can't really take as much advantage of it as usual. But as that starts to thin down a bit, there's a chance here. But Western Child Player still has that hard rock 4 open, which I could imagine he goes for, or maybe a no mod map. No mod 4 is still open, but no, hidden 2 picked here for Western Child Player.
There comes the hidden picks. I was wondering when these would come up. It's a real tussle on the hard rock picks between these two players, and this being the low AR hidden, it's the most contested of the lot, I think. The Decktopia uber low AR, it's AR 7.8, and it's ulti control. You know, it's kind of comparable to the No Mod 3 style, right? With just constant streams of notes with all sorts of like snappy aim in it, but it's on low AR hidden, which is a different kettle of fish. Really spicy map, this.
Yeah, this is some terrifying level of difficulty. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. There are 2 key eyes in this map, I believe, maybe one more, but 2 key eyes in this map for sure that are just non-stop difficult. Low AR, dense, insane aim control. I don't know how else to say it. You've got some cut doubles, you've got some weird kind of slider jumps that repeat, like slider into single jumps that repeat over and over again. And this is a map by Decktopia. That's another thing they have to point out. Simply the name of that mapper should dawn upon you how difficult this map is going to be. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, dude needs to make low AR maps that challenge even him. It's like seeing Yolk's Pie mapping a low AR map. You just know you're in for a wild ride.
Hidden players, gimmick players, reading players, they're just so good at making these kind of maps. That's why they are so favored on stuff like this. But for Western Child Player and Enri, this is an exciting one. I think people will tend to doubt Enri quite a bit on his reading gimmick. He is definitely capable on something like this. You are fair to assume that Western Child Player is definitely seems to be the favorite to take over here, but Do not doubt Enri. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, God,
he has
no.
a lot of potential on this. Do not doubt him. He can set an insane score on this. And he has set crazy scores on gimmick maps before. And this map could be no exception. So far, so good. As we start to get in this difficult section, you can see those cuts and those slider jumps in between the control sections. Accuracy, dead even here. Combo, dead even. No drops just yet. And as that 1/3 jumps come through, finally the major spike after this Ki section hits. And Enri is the first to drop. Where's the Char player still holding on, but he drops a little bit of accuracy. He's a little bit shaky here. Accuracy as well dropping massively there for Enri after that chain miss on the square section. And it seems to be a waning battle here for Where's the Char player. Hits those jumps and hits almost everything except for that little section, which I think arguably is one of the hardest parts of the map, but still, giant advantage here for West Char player. 120,000 score in his favor.
God, those back and forth, like, rows of 4 notes are so hard. Foreign missed the first one. I think he misread it, but he hit the rest of them. Those patterns are just disgusting, dude. Seeing anyone hit those in tournament is super impressive.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this map. It's just insanely difficult, insanely awkward, and perfect for a tournament like Closed, and perfect for players like Malashevsky, Enri, Worst Char player. All of these great reading players, great gimmick players who can just excel above anyone else on the planet. And as we start to build up once again into that really difficult final course of the map here, Worst Char player still holds a giant hold over this lead. And Enri, despite trailing with a good recovery combo here, is eclipsed again by Worst Char player on both AC and combo. You're really hoping for a dramatic follow by here for Worst Char player and a crazy pour for Enri, but he misses just on the end of that final section, and Enri chain misses just afterwards. Even if Worst Char player trades, 172,000 score in his favor. Simply nothing that Enri can do. As we start to approach the final end of the map, Worst Char player once again gets a win on his pick. And despite missing towards the end, despite Enri tragically falling apart on the end, it was a close battle for a little while, Doomsday.
It was. Enri is a formidable low AR reading player. But you put the low AR on something like this, and it's a foreign map through and through. But what a play. What a play from Foreign right there. It's a 3 miss, 97%.
Oh my God.
That's crazy on this map, dude.
Yeah, this isn't funny. That's
not even, like, okay. That was a good score from Enri. 500 combo almost on that. Very good score himself, but that score from Foreign is on another level, man.
Just clearly the far more consistent player, right, Doomsday? Like, combo game was decently close, but accuracy and miscount just tells the whole story, right? It's clear to say, I mean, Foreign was far more comfortable on this, most likely far more practiced as well. Expected this to be a potential option later on into the match and used it accordingly. And unfortunately, that 2-way lead here for West Char player remains for Enri, and Enri has got to try and keep benefiting off of that raw aim ability. Question is, what else can he really make use of? There aren't any insert mod ones here, except for one in the hidden one. Is that going to be the next pick? Are we going to be seeing a chain of ones in Enri's pick feed here? It may just be. Hidden Comfort is one of Enri's strongest strengths here. It might just be that, but you don't know. What is looming through Enri's mind? What are you thinking?
I think it'd be a good choice going into the hidden one. I'm not totally saying that because the song's called Doomsday or anything. No. It's like 250 BPM aim on the hidden, and it's comfort mod for both players, but it would work for Enri. He's gonna go for hidden. It's a different one though. Extend. This is a good pick as well, I think. It's streamy mech tech on hidden. And yeah, 200 BPM streams. It's a good pick into Forum, I think.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with this pick. This is solid here. Pure mech tech, mapped by Real Lazy. It's 200 BPM CS5. It's crazy flow aim, and on top of that, there's a couple 300 BPM bursts in this map. I believe this has been used in previous tournaments with the pure use of being a no mod 1, not no mod 1, a no mod 4, never being used as a hidden or hard rock map. God forbid being a hard rock map. I believe this is used in K and Yuxpai Scramble as a hard rock map once, but the hidden, it's a crazy beast, and it's insanely difficult. Those two wiggle sections there, hit by Foreign but missed by Enri. A little early disadvantage here, but nothing too crazy just yet. Enri still easily can take advantage of this.
We'll see how Foreign holds through these. The aim control should be okay for him, but I wonder how he'll deal with those bursts.
Definitely not, no. He's going to have to mash those, I think. Look at this control here implemented here. You see those streams into doubles, into sliders, into singles. It's just all over the place, really. But not too intense just yet. It's starting to ramp up just a tiny bit. Enri holding on to a good, solid recovery combo despite losing in the act and combo department so far. But it's very, very close. Here are some really, really fast bursts here. As I mentioned before here, West Child Player hits it beautifully. And so does Enri. Small lag drop there from West Child Player, evening out the accuracy field. But as this Flame starts to really hit a spike here, West Child Player finally goes down. Enri's chance here now to overtake.
They're coming through those cuts really well, but they just don't stop. A bit of advantage. He's got to hold on a bit more now.
Ooh.
Big chain miss there from Enri. 20k in the lead. That's nothing.
Nothing. 1/3 section there, hit by both players. Beautiful stuff here. 30 combo is all that's separating them so far, and 20,000 score is all that's separating Enri and Forum from this score lead here. Accuracy just slightly in favor of West Child Player. As that recap starts to come through, we're now getting into the next quarter of the map, the final quarter of the map to come through as the difficulty starts to reach a peak. West Child Player chain misses on the stream. Is Enri's chance now to try and excel this more as far as he can. He's got to try and keep this alive. If this goes down, then West Child Player's at match point and 1 pick away from advancing into top 2. It's up to Enri now to bring this back. Advantage still manages to build and build, and West Child Player drops once again. As he starts to approach his ending, it seems to be insurmountable. Enri, despite dropping, will solidly take this. But it was close, and it was dangerous for a little while here. West Child Player had multiple scenarios where he could have excelled, but tragically missing just on those really difficult spiky sections, and leads to Enri, the more comfortable tech-hidden player, to excel and get that win.
Yeah, perhaps, but it was actually really close. They both looked very even on everything outside of, I guess, those fast bursts. And Forum he broke out his special tactics and it worked well. Super duper close. Enri gets the point, but by the skin of his teeth, pretty much. Good scores from both players. Nearly 500k on that is very solid. It's another great set of scores.
Close miss count, close accuracy. Purely the timing of the misses and combo game.
Not a lot in that at all.
Yeah. Alrighty. It's time for West Child Player's next pick now. Once again, he's got Hard Rock open. He's got Hard Rock 4. He's got also the Hidden 3 and the Nomad 4 open. What's it going to be? Hidden 3. Urban Constellations.
Hidden 3. All the hidden pools getting picked out now. It's like they remembered it was there, so they might as well make use of it. Yeah, Urban Constellations, YFBMP, control-based flow aim tech is how I describe this one. Kind of flow aim, it's got plenty of snap aim as well. But it's all about that control on that hidden. Very similar to, well, the last two maps we played, pretty much, except on a much lower BPM.
Here we go. Yeah. This is West Child Player's pick, and we're getting into territory now where Enri can start to fight back on these picks. And you can see this level of control here. Minuscule movements required to be precise on this one.
The team was brave enough to actually follow those.
Yeah.
Maybe it's silly too, though, I suppose.
Yeah, this early session a little bit tame here for both of these guys. Accuracy just slightly in favor of Enri. That bus slider there was a little shoddy, but thankfully it wasn't tripped up by anybody.
Absolutely love this tune, by the way. It's such a banger. And the map's great too.
Oh, there goes Enri. First blood dropped here. This map is also very short, Doomsday, might I add. This is only 1 minute and 42 seconds long, close to that TV size mark, and West Child Player still holding past the halfway mark. And there's the break. He doesn't miss on any of the peaks. That miss from Enri might have just been catastrophic. The break is shown. West Child Player knows what he has to do. Final third of the map to come. He's got a hold. Enri's going to be trailing him. But the more combo he can build right now, the more that's going to skyrocket. He's still holding on to a full combo, might I add, ladies and gentlemen. He hasn't missed yet. Had he missed earlier on, this might be a lot closer. But this is gaining and gaining rapidly here for West Child Player. It's starting to get more dire. That fast burst hit by both players. And as the flames start to hit a max here, you can see those linear sections into the rotating puns. But there goes Forum. Final quarter to come through, and Enri still has that 300 combo and climbing. But is it going to be enough? West Child Player may have to drop once again, but it doesn't matter. Enri falls, and West Child Player may have just secured match point. As we get to the slower ending here, there simply is nothing that Enri can do. West Child Player is one map away from securing himself top 2 and a spot in the winners' grand finals.
That's a 700k on that. That's a great score from worst Hard Rock player. A great score again from both of them. They're making this map look ordinary, making it look like a consistency map. It really isn't. It's the 3 miss and 2 miss. Crazy level of
Good
play in this
lord.
matchup.
Pure timing of misses once again. This is a similar pattern to quite a few of the maps coming through. Be it Enri or Force a child player winning, it simply just is that combo game. Accuracy, they're both so comfortable. They're both so consistent. But it's up to Enri now. One more win for Forum, and that's it. He's through. Tiebreaker is at least guaranteed for Forum if he goes for a big choke here. But every single one of Wesley Child players picked, he has won. It is up to Enri to try and get one more pick down. It needs to be a break point if he even wins this one. And I can't help but think Hidden One's the only option here.
I think it's where he's been going. It's probably the safest option, unless he wants to get stuck into that double time before miss you. But I don't know. I wouldn't trust that as far as I'd throw it against worst Hard Rock player. But it is high AR. It might not be a bad choice. But other than that, though, it just feels like everything else is a risk. Oh, he is going for miss you.
Miss you.
He's going for it.
All right. Okay. It is going to be miss you. DT4 here.
Oh, I'm ready for this, dude. I am ready for this. It's the Hansa Classic. Another one. Control-based DT. It's not particularly fast. It's 198 BPM with double time. But the price you pay for that one is crazy aim control. Crazy 1-4 aim control. Lots of cut patterns. Lots of jumps. Lots of flow and cut doubles all over. And it's relentless.
We've seen this map played multiple times here. I believe actually played all 3 times of the rest other times this week. Quite a popular map here. And this, simply put, is just some insane levels of DT aim control, as Doomsday already mentioned. Loads of cut doubles. I think that's one of the emphasized difficulties here of this map. Not only that high AR, not only that high level of aim control, but just those doubles are a perfect mix of ridiculous control overall. As a child player has room, this isn't that super high BPM tapping requirement here. He is still very capable. But Enri clearly seems to be a player who's confident and wants to lean into this, wants to benefit that strength that he has. And it's up to him now to try and keep his run in the winner's side alive here.
It's brave going into this. It's high AR DT, but like I say, there isn't really a speed requirement on this. I mean, the middle part has like a long stream section with cuts. Maybe that could bring it out, but I don't think that's going to happen at this BPM. It is going to be a head-to-head on the control side between these two.
Yeah, this is just under 200 BPM. Definitely not a speed cap here for West HR player. Keep in mind, this guy's FC'd Riven's Yomiuri. I mean, the guy clearly doesn't suck at this BPM. Very able to perform on this. I'm looking at that spike. I'm looking for someone to slip up. Question is, who will it be? Who will fall first? Whose composure will slip up? This map does not cease to show you some ridiculous difficulty. It throws it in your face and just he keeps on throwing it, man. You wipe the pie off your face and he throws another pie at you. It just doesn't stop.
Here we go.
And that's where that composure is absolutely essential. Who is it going to be? First Kia to come through. Loads of cut doubles as you can see already reflected in this map. Both players still looking good. Accuracy, very, very close. Combo game, the same. It's still so dead even. No player is missing, but one single miss might just decide everything here. Who can keep this alive? Who can keep it going? First Ki is FC'd by both players.
Damn, dude. Here comes that stream. Lots of cuts here.
All for him! He's down!
Oh, before
Where's the child player? First to drop just beforehand, but that may be tradable here from Enri. Dropped 50s here, but still looking good. Hits those space triples. Beautiful stuff from Enri. Now that advantage is going to start really skyrocketing now that West Child player is finally dropped. It's going to start scaling higher and higher as long as Enri can hold on. At least probably like halfway through this Ki, West Child player isn't going to be as big of a threat there. He does go down though. West Child player, despite having that combo lead, is not by too much, and I don't know if he's got a lot of room there. Enri drops again though, and now it's a 100,000 score difference. He's got to hold on for the final third of the map. He's got to hold for the entirety here. West Child player has a chance to bring this back.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Gotta keep his cool. There's the break, though. So I think he's lost his opportunity. What, 80k? in favor for Enri. It's not unassailable if Enri finds with the break, but it's back in his hands now.
Say about 80,000, 90,000 score in favor of Enri so far. Only 20 combo. You're maybe hoping for a bit of a fall apart here from Enri. If I say child player manages to punish here towards the ending, it might be detrimental. But I think Henry's got this in the bag as long as he can hold on. He's held on for a good while in this map, so it has to be now towards this ending here. And Where's the Child player just falls apart, and that definitely spells the end outcome of this map here. Henry will be the one to take it.
Yeah, that's got to be it here for Forum on this map, man. Dude, both players getting 500k on Miss You DT. I never thought I'd see the day, but apparently it's just a normal thing now.
Yeah, it just is, I guess. I mean, Miss You DT was known to be an iconically difficult tech control map, but we've just seen players roll through this. I think Emmerich and Malshevsky especially were ridiculously powerful in this. But it will be Enri to take it. And we're only one pick left until tiebreaker happens. Once again, a similar pattern here. Look at this accuracy, decently close here. 97.3 to 90, basically 97, honestly. Just that combo game again from Enri. 1300 combo to Forum's 10d3. What is Where's the Child player's final pick going to be? Hard Rock 4 is still open.
It is still open. There is a minor speed element to that, but it's cheesable. So it's all going to be about that control. It is a good pick for Forum, but a very contested one looking at the way this matchup's gone. All these control picks have been so close. So it's a risky pick, but I don't think there's anything definite left. I mean, hidden one, Doomsday is left open. Hard Rock 4, and I think that might be just it. Just those two
Yes!
maps, right?
Yes! He picks hidden one. Oh, thank goodness. I wanted to see this map so badly. As I'm sure you did as well.
It's me.
It's Doomsday. We did it as a tribute to you being sick last week.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm confident spluttering. I made it through. But hey, if this works out for Forum, that'd be pretty crazy considering we were looking at this as being a potential Enri pick for a while. The hidden aim, basically 250 BPM aim, mostly comfy-ish, but it has like linear aim dotted in just to keep you on your toes. So it has that minor awkwardness as well to this at over 8-star mechanics on hidden. It's properly contested though. Looking at the way these aim picks have gone, it's properly contested. It's a bit of a toss-up pick. I guess Forum has the tiebreaker guaranteed, but I'm going to say this straight up. I don't think that tiebreaker is very favorable to Forum. I think he needs to win this, or he might be in trouble.
I think as the picks start to thin down, you're looking at such a few set of maps, and although I think we were expecting this to be an Enri pick, this pick isn't too out there for Forum here.
No,
and although I want this map to be played because it's such a banger, I am afraid of Forum's odds on this. Enri has multiple times consistently shown that he is a strong comfort aim player, and despite this map being very dense, the mechanics applied on this as well is really, really difficult. The aim is so dense, and it's a perfect mix of that mix of awkward and terrifyingly difficult. You can see the spacing of this, and you thought this part's hard. Just you wait until we get to the ending of it, as it just gets even harder. But yeah, this has been played quite a few times, and we have seen quite a few players struggle on this. But regardless here, it's do or die here for Enri. It has to be this one. It has to be now. This was a candidate for a future pick, but so far it's not working out in his favor. Intro section fully hit from Where's the Child player. Enri drops twice, not only on that jump session at the start, but on the burst afterwards. So the slow section is going to be a good build-up for Where's the Child player to build. As this gets farther and farther into that next Kiari, the difficulty will start to spike again.
So far, so good here for the West Hard Rock player. It's all about consistency now, but on this sort of SR, man, it's going to be hard to hold a major combo, and Enri will be chasing him down.
Here we go. First Kiari to come through here. Big jump section here. Forum has to hold on. 99 accuracy as well, looking beautiful. But Enri is trailing him. He's not far away. That combo still looks really daunting here. and past this Ki. First half of the Ki is gone through. This is a double Ki kind of map. 2 choruses repeating over each other. And Mr. Sharp Player still has to hold. 100 dropped on one of the jump sections. You cannot lose your streak in this one. You can't lose your composure. It's non-stop jumps that are so difficult. And Forum drops. There's Enri. Linear section. He's got to hit this. This is one of the most uncomfortable parts of the map. Enri, can you hold on? Can you hit this section? No, you don't. And 40,000 is all that's separating them. So close to hitting that. But it's Worst State Child Player's turn now to keep his lead intact. 30,000 scores, all that's separating them so far.
These linear aim sections are so nasty.
Oh, Enri.
Enri with a little break.
That's the second miss there from Enri. As we get that halfway mark now, you need something to build here if you're Enri right now. Worst State Child Player still keeping him oppressed. Hitting that square jump section and continuing to go past the space linear section. This is one of the much harder parts of the map here. Massive spiking here, and Enri still hits it. Can he keep it going? Forum drops. It has to be now, Enri. You've got to hold on. 30,000 score. No, you drop once again. The moment a window is opened, it is shut wide open by the difficulty of this map. And once again, Enri drops on what could have been a great advantage for him. And as we get into the final third of the map here, the difficulty will hit a peak that I don't think either of these players will hit. And for Worst State Child Player, that is exactly what he wants.
It's a bit of combo at the start that split them. Since then, it has been neck and neck, even Stevens. And if either player can find anything special here, something could happen.
What can it be? Enri's going to go down once again. Any chances now has to be a chain miss here from Forum, but Forum refuses to drop. He's still hitting this. The spikes start to hit a giant hit there. Triangle sections jump there from Forum. I can't talk. He finally misses, but he hits the hardest parts of the map, man. And Enri drops once again, and that might have just spelled the end here for Enri's chances at top 2 at Corsace Closed. History will repeat itself once again, Doomsday, and it will be Enri to go down into the losers grand finals here, and will be facing one of his biggest rivals that he defeated last weekend in Malashevsky. Forum has gone through a miracle run, the only player to have not fallen just yet, beating the #1 player in the world and outshining the one that beat the next best, and will advance into the grand finals at the top seed. It's Worst HR Player.
Everyone talks about Malashevsky, everyone talks about Emmerich, the defending champion, of course, but the winner's bracket side finalist will be Worst Hard Rock Player, and honestly, with the run he's been on, the rise that this guy's been on, he deserves this. He deserves to be on that side, and he's in such a strong position to take the Corsace Closed crown now. But against Enri, who he himself has been stepping it up, someone, I guess, another one that people have been saying is one of the favorites, but maybe not in the same breath as some of the other players I mentioned, but he has stamped his mark in this tournament, and he has every chance at repeating the crazy feat he did last week against Malashevsky. On that showing, he's going to be a threat.
Yeah, I genuinely think at this point, you know, people talk about like the era of the big 3, right? People think Malashevsky, Forum, Emmerich, they're the big 3. No, Enri needs to be part of that. The big 4, I think, is a much better way of saying it, because although Enri is an underdog against the other 3 in the matchups, man, he's proven himself multiple times, so many times. And he showed up this match. He really did. Went toe-to-toe with Worst HR Player on so many maps. But Forum just set some scores on a whole different level. Hit patterns that nobody has hit in this tournament and just excelled. And, you know, normally we don't see Worst HR Player 1v1 tournaments. We haven't seen him like this. And this is what he can do at this skill ceiling as well, Doomsday. You know, any 1v1 tournament of like a decent level, Worst HR Player would expect to do really well. But in Corsace Closed, highest skill ceiling imaginable in a tournament, he still remains on top. What else can you do? Forum is your winner of the winners bracket finals and will be on the throne awaiting his next opponent.
Yep, he will await the the result of that matchup with Bated Breath, and I can't wait to see that rematch, Shiba. That's going to be a matchup for the ages.
Oh my god.
Oh, mate, dude, I am so ready. What a matchup, though. Fantastic plays from these two. I just want to applaud them.
Yeah.
Crazy level of play here. Great fun to watch.
Yep, it's just consistent back and forth bangers here in the winner's side bracket. But that will be it from us this week for Corsace Closed. We will have the grand finals next week. Your top 3 have been guaranteed. Enri and Malashevsky will duke it out in the losers grand finals next week. And whoever wins, whoever triumphs, will face worst HR player in the grand finals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I've been Sad Shiba, joined by the fabulous Doomsday. Thank you once again, Doomsday. Great to have you around. And until next week, guys, take care. Please enjoy a game, and we'll see you next time.